Hey y'all, welcome to Yoga for Athletes. Georgia here. I hope y'all had a good day so far. I know I have. It's been absolutely wonderful, kind of stormy here in Georgia, but it's been wonderful. So tonight's intention is going to be focused on Namaste. As I was drifting off to bed last night and, having that nightly battle of trying to go to sleep, I kept on hearing that word resonate within me. And within hearing it, I kept on hearing, I acknowledge you, I see you. And then when I was doing a little bit more research today, I was rereading what Namaste actually is translated to, which it means I bow to you, which is so wonderful to me. Because I think in life we all want to have someone who says, hey, I see you and I acknowledge you and I appreciate you, or something along those lines, or something you want those words of affirmation are so wonderful. And just having someone acknowledge our existence in everyday life, that we might not even, realize that they even know that we're there. So to get back on topic, the intention for tonight will be to dedicate this practice to someone, whether it's a spouse, a friend, a loved one who is here or no longer here, maybe a teacher, an inner teacher, or maybe even like a spiritual advisor or spirit guide that you have, or a higher power, whatever it may be. I just invite you to dedicate this practice to someone. And it could even be dedicated to, one of your former selves, one of yourselves, before you reach this phase of this development, whatever it may be. I just invite you to set the intention, if you would like, of dedicating this practice to something or someone else. And just really allow that to be, just showing gratitude and honor for that person. Like I said, it could be you. You could show honor for yourself. You could show love for yourself and appreciation for yourself. So I just invite you to do that. And it's never forced, these intentions. It's just something that I like to have to lead and guide my practice. So if you're like, intentions mentioned, cool. But if you like intentions, they're here. And I do all of them. So coming into Sukhasana, our easy pose, we will start to connect to the breath. So soften the gaze and close the eyes here. Start by inhaling through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go out the mouth. Inhale, fill up the belly. Exhale, let it go out the mouth. Inhale, followed by the exhale. We'll stay here for a few more rounds on our own, setting and sealing any intentions, if any. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. Start about the eyelashes open. Coming back into your space. From here, we're going to uncross the legs and come to lying flat on your belly, whatever way you find that possible and the easiest way you find that possible. So once reaching the belly, extending the legs out long behind you, taking the shoulders over the elbows, pressing the hands into the mat, coming into a sphinx-like posture. Lengthen the head up towards the ceiling. What we're going to do here is on the inhale, allow the head to fall backwards. Right foot's going to come in towards the head. Then breathe on the inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to allow that right foot to drop. The crown's going to come in towards the chest and really make a rounding of the back like we do a cat posture and allow that head to fall in. Inhale, lift the head up. Right foot comes towards the head. Exhale, really round through the spine, allowing the chin to drop in towards the chest. Inhale, lift up the head towards the ceiling, right foot comes in. Really roll the shoulders away from the ears, lengthening the collarbone. Exhale, really round through that spine, making that cat-like pose. Inhale, drop the head back, right foot in. Exhale, find that navel to spine connection. Even to the point of lifting the hips up slightly off the mat. Inhale, drop the head back, allow the right foot to come in. Exhale, drop the head down, chin to chest, round the back. Inhale, coming back into that neutral spine position, gazing forward. We'll move on to the left side now. So we'll inhale, allow the head to drop back, left foot comes in towards the crown. Exhale, left foot comes down, chin comes into the chest, rounding to the back of the body. Press the elbows firmly into the mat. Inhale, allow the head to come back, left foot comes in. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, lift the head up towards the ceiling. Left foot comes in. Exhale, rounding through that spine. Lift the hips up slightly off the mat. We're going to do 2 more like that. So inhale, lengthen the collarbone. Really stretching out the front of the chest. Bring the left foot in. I forgot to do that. Exhale, rounding to the back of the body. Inhale, allow the head to drop back one last time. Left foot comes in. Exhale, round to the back of the body. On your inhale, coming back into that neutral spine position with the crown extending out long. We're going to press into the hands and the elbows to lift us up, to take the hips back and up, coming into a puppy posture. So the arms will shift backwards, so the shoulders will come back, and the chest will melt onto the mat, followed by the head. Toes will be tucked, hips will be set over the knees at all times. Glide those shoulder blades away from the ears. Really find that length in the back of the neck, opening up through the back of the chest, or the back of the body. And breathe into that heart space. Really finding a lifting in the armpits. You have to bring the breath here. So really bring that breath in. And anytime you find that tension within the body, I want you to use that breath, sending it to those spaces that you may find that need to be released. Now from here, on your inhale, press into the hand, shifting yourself forward to come into a tabletop position. Take the hand, stacking the shoulders over wrist bones, hips over knees, flattening out the back of the feet to press into them, to move through a few cycles of cat-cow. Spread the fingertips wide. So we're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, really round through that spine, find that navel spine connection. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Lengthen the collarbone. Exhale, round through the spine. Take that navel to spine. Press away from the mat with the hands. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, really round through the spine. Inhale. And exhale. One more like that. So inhale. Allow the belly to drop. Exhale. Really puff up through the back body, pressing away from the mat. Navel spine. Inhale, coming back into that neutral spine position. Once again, making sure that the shoulders are stacked over the wrist bones. We are going to lengthen the right leg out long behind us on the inhale. And then on the exhale, draw that knee into the chest and place it in between the hands. Coming into a low lunge position. So knee over ankle alignment. Lengthen that left leg out long behind you slightly. From here, you can stay light on the fingertips, or you can even bring the hands up to the knee here, scooping the tailbone forward, gaze out in front of you. Really growing long through the crown and relaxing those shoulders away from the ears. Now press firmly through the back of that left foot to help maintain that stability. If you'd like a little extra kick, you can tuck the back toes and come onto the ball mound of that back foot to have more of an active low lunge. Really just making sure that you keep that knee over ankle alignment. And once again, the hands can be framing the foot or on the top of the knee. It's all up to you, where you want to be today. Really press the back of that ball mound, that foot, if you are on, if you have that back foot popped up. Now on your exhale, bring that left knee down on the mat if it's already there, lengthening that left foot out and coming over the back of that left foot. Peel the right foot up towards the ceiling, coming into half Hanuman, toes are flexed up towards the ceiling. Bring either the nose in towards the shin with the arms framing it, or you could have blocks on either side and use that for stability if you're not able to bow all the way into that right leg and stay up here. You can even have them all the way up here if you're not even able to take yourself all the way down in. So wherever you need to be today, just be there, breathing into the back of that right hamstring, and keep that hip over the knee and press firmly to the back of that left foot. Personally, I find it easier to stay down over my leg. It's a center of gravity thing for me, but you be where you need to be today. Do not lock out the back of that right knee. Maintain that softness. Releasing everywhere you can. On your inhale, bring that right foot back down to the mat. Drawing that right knee into the chest once again, stacking the shoulders over wrist. Extend the right leg out long behind you on the inhale. And on the exhale, bring it back down. Switching sides now, so we will inhale, lengthen that left leg out long. And on the exhale, hug it into the chest, bring it in between the hands. Same options as before, keeping that knee down or popping it up, coming on the bottom of that back foot. So we'll scoot the tailbone forward, stay light on the fingertips. And here's another option, that instead of staying light on the fingertips, you can also use blocks here as well. So wherever you need to be, or place the hands on top of the knee. Press firmly to the back of that right foot, maintaining stability by staying on the top of that right knee. You can also use a blanket here if you do struggle with sensitivity in the knees. So just, know that there are options for everything. There's always a prop that you can use to bring you the comfort and ease that you need to release. Really lengthen up through the crown. Scoot the tailbone forward. Releasing the hip flexors, the psoas. If the back knee is popped up and you're on the back of that ball mound of that right foot, please bring it back down to the mat now. Flattening out the foot behind you, bring the hands down to the mat. Peel the right hip back towards the back of the mat, lengthening that left foot up towards the ceiling. Coming into your half Hanuman, your half splits. Same options of the blocks, of being out on either side of the leg or either side of the hips and staying up tall, or taking the hands completely down and bowing the nose in towards the shin. Softness in the back of that left knee, guys, okay? So you just allow the body to grow heavy. To really feel a nice deep stretch in the back of that hamstring. We'll take about 4 more deep breaths here. On your inhale, bring that left foot back down to the mat. Hug it into the chest. Inhale, lengthen it out long behind you. And on the exhale, bring it back next to the right. We're going to come into a child's pose here, not extended child's pose, but with the knees together. Toes will be touching together, so knees will be completely together, toes will be touching together. We're going to swing the arms back behind us and take the crown down towards the mat. Really release the shoulders heavily into the mat and allow that lower back to round, to really feel a nice deep stretch through the lower back here, all the way into the glutes. About 3 more deep breaths here. On your inhale, swim the arms forward, taking those shoulders underneath the wrist bones, pressing into the hands to lift you back up. We're going to swing the legs to the side now to come down onto the sitting bones, whichever way you see possible or fit. Bringing the feet out in front of us. We're going to come into more of a modified tortoise pose or turtle pose, also called Krimasana. So it's almost like the legs would be in a diamond shape or an extended Baddha Konasana or butterfly. So heels will be to touch, toes to touch. Bring a block with you if you'd like to place at the base of the feet, and you can rest your head there. And you'll clasp the outside edges of the feet and allow the nose to come down towards the heels. Really feeling the stretch on the outside of the hips. Knees fall heavy to the floor. Back rounds. Lengthen the back of the neck. If you don't need the block, you can just place it to the side. If you don't have a block, it's okay. You can allow the head just to hover. But whatever spaces you find tight in the hips, allow a softness to come. Allow your breath to be sent there. Imagine releasing the knots with the mind's eye. About 3 more breaths here. On your inhale, start to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking each one and allowing the head to be the last thing to come up. We're going to come into Ardha Matsyendrasana now. So the right foot is going to come outside of that left hip, and left foot is going to come outside of that right knee. Left hand's going to come outside of that left hip and wrapping the right arm around that left knee. So what we'll do is really press down through that left big toe to really activate the stretch in the IT band. So wrapping that arm around, placing the hand outside the hip. We'll inhale, sit tall. And then on the exhale, roll the left shoulder back and down, gaze over the left shoulder. Really bring length to the top of the head. With each inhale, lengthen. And with each exhale, see if you can sink a little bit further into the twist. There is a softness you must find in the lower abdomen to get into a little bit deeper of the twisting posture. I should always think that it was making my abdomen harder and more taking the navel up and in, but it's more of a softening. Two more breaths here. We're gonna inhale, come through center, and then exhale when we get there. Unraveling the legs now, so the left foot's gonna come outside of that right hip. Right foot outside of that left knee. Right hand outside of the right hip, left arm wraps around that, right knee. We'll inhale, sit tall, press that big toe of that right foot into the mat, and exhale to twist. Again, with each inhale, maybe lengthen to the spine. And with each exhale, see if you can sink a little bit further into the twist. Two more breaths here. We're going to inhale, come through center. Exhale when you get there. Unraveling the legs once again. We're going to take them wide. So coming into a wide-legged position, seated position. We are going to take the left hand on top of the left shin, ankle, or peace fingers around the toes. Opening up through the chest now. So we'll inhale, reach the right arm up and over, maybe taking it past the toes, or maybe just energetically. Roll the right shoulder back and down, allowing the left to drop. Really expanding through the chest and reaching through the fingers. Feel the stretch down the back side of the right arm, all the way down the side body through the obliques and the tops of the hip. Find the external rotation of the thigh bones back and down at all times, toes up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can inhale, lengthen up, and then on the exhale, see if you can reach a little bit further past the toes. Again, it might just be energetically, and that's okay. Softness in the backs of the knees, not locking the nose. Three more breaths here. Inhale to rise. Exhale when you get there. Switching sides now, so to the right. Right hand on the shin, ankle, peace fingers around the toes. We'll inhale, lift that left arm up and over. Fingertips either come past the right foot or they just come past it energetically. We'll roll the left shoulder back and down, allowing the right to drop, opening up through the chest, so find a really nice expansion. Palm is face down. Really root down through your sitting bones here. Relaxing shoulders away from the ears. See if you can breathe into the side space so much that you can allow the muscles to release and relax. Each breath deepens on the inhale, and with each exhale, when you send that exhale, really feel the muscles release inside of the body. Two more breaths here. On the inhale, we start to rise up, exhaling at the top. Now we're going to come into a forward fold position, so if you do have blocks, please feel free to grab them if you would like to have them stacked out in front of you. They can be stacked like so on top of each other, or they can just, you can have one flat onto the mat or in front of you, or even stacked like a upside down T. Whichever it is. And if you don't have blocks, you can always take both fists and stack them like so and allow the head to come down into it. So again, externally rotate the thigh bones back and down. Inhale, lift up long through the spine, and on the exhale, walk it down. Walk the hands down until you feel a nice deep stretch in the inner thighs. And then find the place where you would like to rest your head, whether it be on the blocks or not. And just find that length in the back of the neck and come inward. Maintaining that softness in the back of the knees the entire time. About two more breaths here. Y'all are doing awesome. On your inhale, start to use the hands to press you back up, walking them inward towards you, stacking each vertebrae. Exhale when you get to the top. We're going to bring the legs together now and swing it to the side to bring them inward and to come down, to come to lie flat on our backs, if I can get my words out correctly. Hug the knees into the chest if you would like. This is my favorite way to get down. If it is not yours, you find your own way. And I'll just tell you what mine is. Wrap the arms around the fronts of the shin. Inhale, get tall. And then on the exhale, rock and roll up and down the spine as few or as many times as you would like until you're satisfied. And when you find that satisfaction, bring both feet down to the mat and keep the knees bent. Allowing the shoulder blades to come down the back of the body and lengthening the tailbone towards the end of the mat. We're going to cross that right leg completely over the left at first. And here we're just going to hug the knees in towards the chest and pass either the outside edges of that one of the left knee, or you can even grab either side of the feet here. And just keep the crown long towards the top of the mat. Again, breathing out of that outer hip space. And on your exhale, release the feet back down to the mat, keeping the legs crossed. Allow them to fall to the left for now, and take the arms wide, coming into a supine twist. Gaze over the right shoulder. Situate the hips whichever way you need to come on the flat side of the left hip, and allow you to fully come into the twist. And you should really feel this on the outside of this left hip as well. We're going to inhale, bring the knees through center. Exhale when we get there. Uncross that right leg off the left, switching sides now, so left leg comes over the right. We're going to hug the knees either into the chest and clasp around the front of that right knee, or grab the outsides of both the feet, drawing the feet in towards us. And just hug it in, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, keeping that length in the back of the neck. Really stretching out the outsides of the hips. Really press the lower back into the mat. So there might be a slight engagement of the abdomen to make that possible. And release the right foot back down to the mat, keeping that left foot crossed over. Take the arms wide once again, either in the Texas T arms or the cactus position, and allow them to fall heavy to the right this time, gazing over the left shoulder. Try to keep the shoulders as square onto the mat as you possibly can, but it is okay if the left one lifts up. You just be where you are today. About 3 more deep breaths here. Really expanding the belly on the inhale. And on the exhale, trying to empty it out completely. On the inhale, bring the knees back through center. Exhaling when you get there. Uncross that left foot, the left leg off the right. Moving through, thread the needle now. So we'll inhale, lift that right leg up, cross it over the left, bringing that left knee in towards us, interlacing behind the back of that hamstring or the front of the shin. Press that right knee out if you'd like to really open up a whole lot through the hip. Pressing the lower back into the mat at the same time. Lengthening the back of the neck. Gaze up towards the ceiling. You may even like to find a nice gentle sway here back and forth, massaging the lower back and sacrum. Releasing the back of that hamstring to the front of the shin on the exhale. Allow that left foot to come back down to the mat. Uncross the right foot off the left and switch sides. Inhale, lift the left leg up. On the exhale, cross it over. Hug that right knee into the chest. Interlacing behind the back of that hamstring or the front of the shin. Press the left knee out if you'd like. Really allowing yourself to open up deeply through that hip. And the lower back does come intact with the mat. Really sending all the breath the outside of that left hip. All the tension that was created throughout the day, throughout other practices that you may take part in. And just really inviting a full release. 2 more breaths here. And release the back of that right hamstring, allow it to come, the right foot to come down to the mat. Uncross that left foot off the right. I have to apologize in advance for the forgot to tell you to grab a strap or a towel before you lay down flat on your back. So if you need to do so, please go ahead and grab one now. Or if you have one within hand's reach. If you do not have either one of those, you can use your pants leg for what we're about to do. So I'll allow you a few seconds to grab what you need, and then we'll move on. So making sure that you have a loophole in the base of the strap, or just taking the strap and wrapping it around, or taking it around the base of the foot. Extend the left leg out long, right knee comes in, taking the strap around the base of that right foot. Left hand comes to the top of that left quad muscle or the outside of that left hip. We'll inhale, draw it in, and then on the exhale, allow that right foot to come out towards the right side, gazing over that left shoulder. Really working on two opposing forces here of opening up through the hip flexors. On your inhale, bring that right foot through center. Then on the exhale, take the strap into the left hand now, crossing that right foot over the left side of the body, and the right hand comes outside of the right hip. Gaze over the right shoulder now. Again, not locking out that right knee, but really keeping the lightness behind that right kneecap. We're going to inhale, bring that right foot through center. And on the exhale, bending that right foot, releasing either the strap or the towel or your pants leg. Lengthen the right leg out long, and we'll go to the other side. So on the, we'll inhale, lengthen that left foot up taller, bending in that left knee, grabbing the strap, the towel, or grab the base of grab your pants leg. Right hand comes to the top of that right quad muscle or the outside of that right hip. We'll inhale, draw it in slightly, and on the exhale, allow that left foot to come out towards the left side. Really stretching out through those hip flexors and that inner thigh muscle on the left side. Gaze over the right shoulder. Finding ways to relax every muscle with the breath, thoroughly and evenly. We're going to inhale, bring that left foot through center. And on the exhale, take the strap into the right hand, crossing it over the right side of the body. Left hand comes outside that left hip, gaze over the left shoulder. On your inhale, bring that left foot through center. Exhale, bend the knee, release the strap or the towel or your pants leg. Lengthen the legs out long. Now we're coming into Shavasana, our final resting posture. Move any props, please, that may hinder your proper rest during Shavasana, whether it be a block, a strap, or whatever it may be. And really come into your space by lengthening the legs out wide as the mat or wider. Taking the arms out wide and taking up the space that you need to right now. Knowing that you are worth it. Soften the gaze and close the eyes. Allow them to fall heavy into the back of the skull. Unfurrowing the brow. Start to relax the shoulders away from the ears completely now. Unhinge the jaw. Allow the tongue to fall from the roof of the mouth. The arms start to feel like liquid into the mat, making the wrist heavy and the fingertips light. The abdomen is no longer engaged as the hips sink heavier and heavier and heavier into the mat. Quads are completely disengaged, followed by the hamstrings. The calves become squishy into the mat. Your ankles fall out to, your ankles are loose so that the feet fall out to the side. You feel a brightness in the tips of your toes. Body is now huddled onto the floor, releasing completely. And as I leave you here, my friends, in Shavasana, I leave this with you. I see your light. I cherish your life. I regard it with love. Namaste.